Welcome to Mac Aldridge Field. It's week 5 of the football season, and the 1-3 Hilltoppers are looking to snap a 2-game losing streak. Hello again, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Fred TV Sports on Channel 9. I'm Evan Massoud. With just 3 games remaining before tournament seedings are announced, the Hilltoppers are in a must-win situation if they want to finish with a better than 500 record after their first 7 games. Tonight, they will square off against the Sandwich Blue Knights, who come in at 2-2 after last week's 28-6 loss to Dennis Yarmouth. Last week here at Durfee, it was a deluge with wind-driven rain. Tonight, mostly wind, maybe a chance of a shower. We'll keep an eye to the skies. Lots at stake. Kickoff is just around the corner, so stay tuned. All right, we are high atop the press box here. The lights are on. A 5 o'clock start at Mac Aldridge Field. Captains meeting at midfield to determine who is going to get the opening kickoff.
Coaches for
Sandwich has won the toss. They elect to go on offense and receive the opening kickoff. Captains for both sides. For the Blue Knights, number 2, Frank Kelleher. Number 27, Tyler Cairns. Number 41, Michael Parma. And number 78, Andrew Wilson. Head coach Bill O'Connell and Wayne McDonald, the assistant coach, along with Carl Puckwintz, Jamie Boosfield, Kyle Hine, Matt Costello, Steve Alusi, Pat Van Cott, and the volunteer assistant coach Brooks Graham. For the Hilltoppers, captains number 15, Jaron Vieira, number 23, Jay Souza, number 25, Elijah Brooks, number 50, Kyle LePage. Of course, the Hilltoppers coached by one of their former players, head coach Taylor Brown. We pause now as the Durfee NJROTC presents our colors here for the playing of the Star Spangled Banner by the Durfee Hilltopper Marching Band. Well done, as always, by the Durfee Hilltopper Marching Band, a beautiful rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. Well, we are dry to begin this game, but the wind is howling here across the field in a northern direction. 68 degrees, though, so fairly mild for our players. Tell you, last week was a deluge here as the Hilltoppers squared off against the reigning Super Bowl champs in Division II, the Dartmouth Indians, who came to town because their field was unplayable. Luckily here we have the state-of-the-art facilities with the field turf, so we made use of the field here at Mac Aldridge Field. And Dartmouth came here last week and they totally pounced the Hilltoppers. Durfee trailed 28-0 after 1 quarter. It was an ugly loss and one that the players want to soon forget. The Hilltoppers will be kicking into the wind. And soon this game will be underway, and last week's game just a blur.
Number 21, Jake Carter, set deep for the Blue Knights.
Jake Carter, number 21, set deep for Sandwich, awaiting to receive the opening kickoff. joined by, it appears to be, Jason Mullen. And that is a very short kick from Vieira.
First down and 10 for the Blue Knights. It is picked up by number 17,
Picked up by Robert Davison, number 17, right at the 38-yard line. So it looked like the kick may have gone a little bit off of the toe. Vieira discussing with the coaching staff what happened there. So good field position for the Blue Knights, who come in at 2-2. They lost last week, as I said in the open, to Dennis Yarmouth, a 28-6 loss. Durfee lost here at McAldridge Field against the Indians, 41-12 last week. A pass to begin the ball game, and Ryan McNally is able to get across the line of scrimmage. The pass was completed in a forward direction, but it was in the backfield, and he was able to get some positive yards out of it to begin this opening drive for the Blue Knights, who go right back to the line. No huddle, right out of the chute. This time they fake the handoff. It's a keeper.
On the carry was number 27, Tyler Carnes.
Tyler Carnes, the quarterback and captain, one of four, gets back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 3rd and about 7. 3rd and 7 to go. Again, no huddle. They send number 34 in motion. He's targeting, nope, up the middle. A tall number 15 there, Kevin Shea, it appeared. Kevin Shea comes down with it. That's a good spot by the officials, and that should be good enough for a first down, it appears from here. So a timeout by the officials on the field. They want to measure and make sure they get this right. It's a very, very close. Actually, from now that the officials have moved out of the way, it appears the ball might just be maybe inches short. We will see. So we're on 3rd down here, waiting to see whether we'll have a first down or a 4th and inches. Just short by about half a football.
And they are short.
So it is 4th down. Durfee with the stop on 3rd down.
At the 49-yard line. Blue Knights 49-yard line.
As mentioned in the open as well, Durfee riding a 2-game losing streak after grabbing win number 1 in week 2 right here on their home field against Taunton in what was arguably one of their best played games in the last few seasons. A very clean football game. Since then, 2 straight losses, one on the road at Fairhaven, another close game. That one was 21-18 they lost on the road. And then last week, a blowout by Dartmouth. So this week, on 4-1, the Hilltoppers trying to get the ball to begin their offensive series. Sandwich with it now, and 4th and inches to go. Taking quite some time. Calling audibles. Quarterback keeper is good for a first down across the 50-yard line.
Tyler Carnes on the carry.
Tyler Carnes on the carry. And a bit of a fist pump by number 65, Caleb White. It's just the first down of the game. You can tell he's excited to be here tonight. Boy, I'll tell you, so glad to see everything dried out here at McAldridge Field. As stopped in the backfield is Ryan McNally. Last week was just incredible weather. Not something we normally see. We've been pretty lucky over the last few seasons, and the weather last Friday night was just awful. So big credit to the players. I'll tell you, when they got to the locker room, they were probably thrilled it was over. Gonna pass deep, looking for number 23. Got to take into account the wind. Jason Mullen was the intended receiver, but that was thrown with the wind, and you can tell the ball just sailed right out of the hands of Tyler Carnes. So 3rd and 11 coming up from the 48 of Durfee.
It is a 3rd down and long.
Looking to pass again. 3rd and long. Pressure is coming. Carnes escaped for the time being, and we'll see if he gets to the first. He's going to be maybe just a little bit short. Again, this is going to be a really close 3rd down conversion. Did he get there? They may have to measure again. Carnes had all kinds of room on the right, on his left side rather, this near side.
Short of a first down.
This one, no need for a measurement. It brings up 4th and 1. They went for it on 4th and inches. Looks like they're going for it on 4th and 1. Very impressive to see a no huddle here from a high school team. Durfee's done it a few times this season. Sandwich opening their series with it. And it looks like, yes,
Number 34,
Ryan McNally stopped in the backfield for a loss. Sakai Howard was in there, number 7. Eli Brooks also in there, number 25. Durfee will take over on downs. A good first series on defense for the Hilltoppers. Hilltoppers offense takes the field right at the 40-yard line. Eli Brooks gets the handoff and picks up some positive yards. The Durfee senior comes into action tonight after 4 weeks with 700 yards exactly rushing. Very strong start to the year, and now he's crested over the 700 mark with that 2-yard pickup. So he keeps adding. He's probably a sure thing if he stays healthy to reach 1,000 this year, which would be a very impressive feat. Had a pair of touchdowns last week in the loss to Dartmouth. Fakes the handoff. Little pass to Sakai Howard. It was intended to him, just out of his reach as Vieira went to the air on 2nd and 8, bringing up 3rd and 8 after the incompletion. Been a very strange day here weather-wise because the wind, we're dry. We haven't gotten any rain, but it's looked like a couple times like it's going to downpour. Behind us, dark clouds. But off to the right over our shoulder, we have the sun peeking through. So welcome to New England. I will say this is one of my favorite times of the year, though, because we have the foliage. That we're starting to see the yellows and the reds in the trees. The defense is totally oh my gosh, they're out of control right now. They were not planted. Eli Brooks on his feet across the 50, good for a first down. Still on his feet, headed towards the 40 before the defense can track him down. They were in disarray. That was the word I was searching for. They were just a mess before that snap, and it cost them dearly. Hilltoppers across into Blue Knights territory. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Sandwich 40. Durfee was lined up, and then they're doing it again. Sandwich now, they're waiting for Durfee to line up, and then they're making all kinds of changes. Going to the air, this is a little floater, and it is incomplete. That was headed for number 27, Asante Montero. Incomplete brings up 2nd and 10. Toppers back to the line. Want to pass, going deep into the wind. Colin Medeiros comes down with it inside the 20. Oh, baby, what a catch. Colin, a senior on this team. Durfee running back to the line. They don't want to huddle. They want to get another playoff. What an amazing catch from Medeiros. Durfee in the red zone, 1st and 10. Vieira keeps it.
Carry was number 15, Jaron Vieira. Tackle was made by number 24, Joshua Condon. 2nd down.
Joshua Condon makes the tackle.
17.
Vieira does not get any gain on the play. 2nd and 10. So this time Durfee huddles up. They want to make sure they get it right and don't want to waste their opening drive here on offense. Montero in motion. Now Sakai Howard. Brooks gets the handoff, and boy, he is stuffed right at the line.
For the Hilltoppers.
That was number 56 on the tackle, Nate Fistori.
56, Nate Fistori on the tackle for the Blue Knights.
He jumped the line and he got there. Brooks was going nowhere.
We're looking at a third down from the 17.
So no gain once again. Blue Knights defense guarding the castle, if you will. The end zone. How's that for a segue? A loss of 1. 3rd and 11. In and out of the hands, incomplete.
There's intended for number 7, Sky Howard. 4th down.
Sakai Howard not able to come down with that one. That'll bring up a 4th and long. And, you know, I just don't think Durfee can kick a field goal attempt with this wind. It's got to be coming in at about 25 miles an hour. So the Hilltoppers most likely going to try for it on 4th down. The worst that happens is Sandwich will take over from inside their own 20. So 4th and 11 coming up from the 17.
From the 17-yard line, 4th down.
Frank Keller playing back for. They're going to pass to the corner. This is intended for Colin Medeiros, and he can't come down with it this time. So an incomplete pass. Durfee going to the air twice on that red zone trip. On those 4 plays from scrimmage, the Hilltoppers ran it twice and then passed it twice. Like to see the passing game trying to get established early on. We talk about this all the time. So many teams do nothing but run the football. Sandwich went to the air a few times as well. So this could be a fun night. But right now the defenses are the ones getting it done. Both teams turning over the ball on downs. Sandwich takes over. Little pass to number 2. That's Frank Kelleher. He's taken down just across the 20-yard line for a short gain.
Number 2, Frank Kelleher on the carry for the Blue Knights. Good enough for about a 4-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd down and 6.
Give him 3 yards on the carry. 2nd and 7. I should say on the pass. Little catch and run. 2nd and 7. They'll head to the near side. It's almost picked off by number 14, C.J. Roque. Right through his fingertips, this close.
Looking at a 3rd down and long 6 now for the Blue Knights from their own 21-yard line.
Crowd still filing into Mac Aldridge Field. The band starts playing to try to rouse them up a little bit. Maybe confuse the offense since they're on that side of the field. Is this band gate? And there's a flag.
Penalty marker on the field. And it is going to...
It was thrown on Durfee's side, but it is a false start. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. We'll stay on 3rd down here. So 3rd and 11, it was, or rather 3rd and 12 actually, it was a 3rd and 7. Now 3rd and 12 after the 5-yard penalty. Karn forced to pass. Sakai Howard on his belt. Oh my gosh, look at that. He took him down. Now there's a flag, a late flag. That looked like a clean tackle.
Number 7, Sky Howard for the Hilltoppers.
Maybe they're going to say that because Karn got rid of it, Sakai did not need to tackle him. We'll wait and see. Didn't look like it was that late of a hit. Good defense, though, by the Hilltoppers. Pressure was there. There is no flag on the play. Brings up 4th down. Sakai Howard on the tail feathers of the quarterback, Tyler Carnes. No flag. Great defense. Hilltoppers force a 3-and-out, and that'll force the Blue Knights to have to punt. And it will be number 21, Jake Carter, doing the punting duties, it appears.
Timeout has been taken by the Blue Knights.
Now the Blue Knights have called timeout.
Timeout taken.
So really impressive defensive start here for the Hilltoppers. They've only allowed just 1 first down in 2 series. Stopped the Blue Knights on a 4th and 1. Now a 3 and out on the second possession for Sandwich, and they'll have to punt it away. Again, Jake Carter waiting the snap. He'll send it in the air with the wind, so it's going to go a long way. Right at the 40, taken by C.J. Roque. There's a flag. Roque still on his, taken down on a bit of a dive by number 32, Nick Abbott, across the 40, but this return could be coming back a few yards. There is a flag down in the backfield across right about the Durfee 45-yard line.
It is a block in the back. It's going to send him back 15 yards.
That hurts because that's the whole return basically for the Hilltoppers, a 15-yard penalty. Block in the back, and so right about where the ball was picked up, so it's actually where the spot of the foul was, which was at the 44, so 15 behind that, which is further than the ball even carried. That's just a mental mistake right there. You can't make those.
First down and 10 from their own 34-yard line.
Those are the kinds of penalties that drive coaches crazy, I'm sure. But you know what? We see the pros do it too, so can't fault a high school player for doing it. So instead of being in Sandwich territory, Hilltoppers back deep in their territory from about the 30, but Eli Brooks trying to get it back, still on his feet, out of bounds just shy of the 50. A good run for Brooks.
On the carry was number 25, Eli Brooks. First down and 10, Hilltoppers.
49-yard line is where Brooks went out of play. So it'll be first and 10. Vieira looking to pass. Oh, and that is picked off right into the hands of Jake Carter. Sakai Howard could not squeeze the hands on it, squeeze the gloves on it. It popped right out of his hands, and the Blue Knights take over on the pick.
First down and 10 now for the Blue Knights.
So again, the defense, the story so far for both sides. Though those deflections, I mean, credit to Jake Carter. It wasn't something he picked out of the air, but the deflections are sometimes even more of a heads-up play, if you will. So now Sandwich takes over with good field position from the 43. Karn looking to pass, and he's hit. That's in the air deep. No flags. Again, that one sailed. You can tell the wind is playing with that football because that ball just floated and it kept going. Carter could not get it. So second and 10 now after the incompletion. Looking to pass again. That is complete to number 2, Frank Kelleher. Across the 25 for a first down, and Sandwich is on the move. They marked him down at the 24. So first and 10 from the Durfee 24. They hand it off. Taken just a couple yards by Ryan McNally. Very short gain on the play. Give him a yard. Second and 9. Karn with all kinds of time. He'll get it off to the far side. Quick pass to McNally.
Number 34, Ryan McNally. It is second down and about 3.
It is third down and 3.
Pardon me, third down and about 3.
Taking some time here. 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Karn going to pass again. I like the passing game, but that is going well out of the end zone. Ooh, falling on the track.
Intended for number 31, Chris Dusselbeck.
Once again, the wind playing with that football, I'll tell you. So on 4th and 3, the Blue Knights will go for it. That last pass was intended for number 31, Chris Dennelsbeck.
That was incomplete. That was intended for number 34, Ryan McNally. First down and 10 now for the Hilltoppers.
He went tumbling down, and on 4th down, that was intended for McNally. Incomplete. So again, the Hilltoppers take over on downs. So nice to see a mix here, though, offensively. Running and passing the ball. We're seeing about a 50-50 split here between both sides. And very refreshing to see. Durfee will take over now on downs from inside the 20. Ball spotted at the 17. So 1st and 10 from the 17. And it looks like Hilltoppers have called a timeout. They have.
20-second timeout taken by Durfee.
20-second timeout. Coach Brown wants to speak with his quarterback. They take to the line again. 1st and 10 from the 17. They hand it off. And I believe that is Brooks. Well, they push him back. Late whistle.
Brooks on the carry. Gain of about a yard there for Durfee, or a loss of a yard for Durfee. 2nd down.
Wind picking up, sun now behind the clouds. It's getting dark here at Matt Galdridge Field. We'll have to keep an eye to the skies. Some showers off to our west. Very spotty. We'll hope that we remain dry. Durfee picked up a pair of yards. 2nd and 8. Hand it off again to Brooks. He's going to try to cut inside. What a nice move. Down at the 25. Going to be a few yards shy of the 1st. Looked like he was coming outside, and he just cleated down into the turf. Spun back in. Brooks definitely one of those players that will, if he chooses to, have a good college career. He's been a great Hilltopper here. 3rd and short, about 2+ yards to go. Ball right at the 30. The handoff to Brooks. He's not going anywhere. Stopped right before the line on 3rd down. That's probably a loss of a yard. We'll wait and see the spot. And they'll put it back at the 25 rather. So ball was at the 25. It stays at the 25, and it'll be 4th and 3 after no gain. And another timeout called by the Hilltoppers. This is a full team timeout for Durfee. I don't think Durfee can go for it here. They are backed well up in their own end. So we shall wait and see, but one would think the Hilltoppers are going to have to punt it away. Jaron Vieira back at the 10-yard line to kick it away. So after taking over on downs, Durfee is forced to a 3 and out. Oh, and that ball's going backwards. The absolute worst thing that could happen. Off the side of Vieira's foot. It was a low snap. It might have even hit the ground. Low snap. He had to rush the kick, and the wind blowing so hard in his direction, it went nowhere. Actually didn't even make it to the line of scrimmage. So, 1st and 10 for the Blue Knights from the 22-yard line of Durfee. Tough break for the Hilltoppers. Defense needs to go at it again. They hand the ball off. Quarterback keeper instead. Boy, he sold me on it. Nice job by Carnes on the fake. Picks up a few yards there. Five-yard pickup, 2nd and 5. Gonna pass on 2nd down. No, Carnes gonna keep it. And he's taken down in the backfield. A huge play there by the Hilltoppers defense.
Tackle made by number 87, David Lapointe.
David Lapointe on the tackle, getting the sack. It's a loss of 7.
It's going to be a loss of yards for the Blue Knights. It's going to be a 3rd down and long. 22nd timeout taken by the Blue Knights.
Actually ends up being a loss of 8. So it's a 3rd and 13 after the 22nd timeout. 12 seconds to play in this first quarter. So likely get off just one more play before we switch sides. On 3rd and 13, Carnes with a quick look, gonna go deep. Wide open, but it's again long because of the wind. Jason Mullen was all alone on the near sideline, but again, because of the wind, it was overthrown. The wind just took it. Nothing you can do there. 4th and 14 with 7 to play on the clock here in the first quarter. So they'll get off one more play thanks to the incompletion that stops the clock. They'll get off one more play before we switch. 4th and 13, they'll go for it. Hilltoppers need one more stop on defense. Carnes looking to take it. Now he'll pass on the run, and it's caught! Number 34, Ryan McNally, comes down with it. That'll set up a 1st and goal for the Blue Knights.
34, Ryan McNally.
Nice catch by McNally over the shoulder into the dive. That's a killer right there. And that ends the first quarter, so we'll come all the way to the other side of the field.
The end of the first quarter.
No score here after 1, but the Blue Knights knocking on the door. They'll have a 1st and goal when the second quarter begins. After a quick meeting during the change in quarters, 1st and goal, and it looks like the Blue Knights are going to score first, and it is a touchdown for Sandwich. Frank Kelleher runs it in from 5 yards out, and the Blue Knights strike first. 6-0 the visitors lead. They're going to kick the extra point. They'll be kicking into the wind. I'm surprised with this decision. And it's low. Actually, it was tipped. It was blocked. So the Durfee goal line defense blocking the extra point kick. So that's no good. Durfee trails by 6. Now it's Durfee's job to answer in hopes that they can now march down the field and grab their first score of the game. They came close in their second drive. Came close. Last time forced on a 3-and-out and a bad punt, and that's really been the difference, but they're also having to contend with this wind. So if you're just joining us, second quarter has just begun. I'm Evan Massoud here on Fred TV Sports at Durfee High School's Mac Aldridge Field, where the Hilltoppers are hosting the Sandwich Blue Knights, who have just taken the first lead of the game. It's 6-0 in favor of the visitors. 10:54 to play in this 11-minute quarter before the first half will come to a close. Kicked into the wind. That's a live ball. Dropped at the 30, trying to regroup. Looks like the ball came loose again. Sandwich pointing in their direction. And it is Sandwich ball, it appears.
First down, Blue Knights.
CJ Roque had all kinds of trouble with that return. In and out of the hands, and then it popped out on the tackle. Second turnover now forced by the Blue Knights. There was an interception back in that first quarter, and now the Blue Knights with great field position again after the fumble recovery. 1st and 10 from the 31. McNally still on his feet, fighting his way as far as he can. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25-yard line. So after a strong start defensively for Durfee, a couple of tough breaks.
Second down and about 5. Ball graduated to about the 25-yard line.
And that's a first down for McNally.
Number 34, Ryan McNally on the carry for the Blue Knights. That is good enough for a Blue Knight first down. As they move the chains,
that is good for a first down. Knights offense seems to have kicked itself into gear here. Hilltoppers needing a couple big plays on defense to avoid dropping down to a 2-score deficit.
Number 7, Sakai Howard on the tackle.
Sakai Howard on the tackle. Short gain for the Blue Knights. 2nd and 9. Crowd trying to get the Hilltoppers back in this one. Some mental mistakes over the last 3 or 4 minutes of play. That ball is in the air, and what a sack. What a takedown. Broadsided Tyler Carnes. My goodness, that was a vicious tackle right there. Elijah Brooks doing it again. So 3rd and 9. Eli getting it done on defense with the sack. Little pass to McNally. He's been targeted a lot in this first half, and that should be good for a first down. It is.
Sakai Howard on the tackle for the Hilltoppers. 34, Ryan McNally with a completed pass for the Blue Knights. It is a first down and goal for the Blue Knights.
First and goal for the Blue Knights here from the 7.
Ball is placed at just about the 5-yard line.
And McNally runs it in.
34, Ryan McNally, touchdown, Blue Knights.
Touchdown for Sandwich. That didn't take too long, and just like that, in the blink of an eye, Durfee trails by 2 scores. It's 12-0. So after a scoreless first quarter, it's taken 2 minutes and 3 seconds for Sandwich to score a pair of touchdowns. This time they'll go for 2. Surprised they didn't the first time. This time they go for 2, and they convert. Brought down by Jason Mullins. It's 14-0 Sandwich. So for the Hilltoppers, this is the last thing that they wanted. Came out strong defensively, and things have kind of fallen apart over the last 4 minutes of game time. They have come back from a deficit before. It's nothing new. They had to come back after trailing against Taunton. They'll have to show some grit here if they want to ensure themselves an over 500 record at the end of 7 games. That one a low liner that'll tumble, and it goes out of bounds right at the 30, and that was again almost picked up, a live ball by Sandwich. Durfee playing with fire here on these returns. So the offense will get a chance now after the kickoff. Ball is right at the 30-yard line, so the Hilltoppers have to go 70 yards if they want to get some points on the board. Luckily for them, they will be throwing into the wind this time. We'll see how Vieira can handle that. He's been throwing into the wind this whole game. Now he'll be going with the wind. And on the first play from scrimmage on this drive, a loss of yards, it appears. Not a good start to the drive. They tried the run, and the Blue Knights just plugged up the middle. No gain on the play. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Still at the 30. Vieira looking for a quick pass. He has it. Complete to, I believe that's number 5, Nick Salmon. It was Nick Salmon. Came down with it.
Number 5, Nick Salmon.
Grabbed 6 yards on the catch and run. So it'll be 3rd and 4.
3rd and about 4.
Hilltoppers definitely want the first down here. Vieira has had a tough time kicking this evening. And again, he was kicking into the wind, so it is possible that the wind was playing with it. This time he'd be kicking with it. Let's see if the Hilltoppers can convert on 3rd down. They got it to Salmon again, and he is still on his feet. He'll get across the line of scrimmage, but shy of the first down marker. Fourth and 2, what do you do? Ball at the Durfee 38. And it looks like the Hilltoppers are going for it. Wow, big spot here. And the skies have opened up here with some rain. A little bit of showers here. Hilltoppers not able to get the first down. They take over, or Sandwich takes over rather. So great field position again McNally on the carry, and he'll pick up a few yards. So some light sprinkles here at Mac Aldridge Field. We were expecting this.
Second down.
Hoping we would stay dry, but we were expecting a little bit of rain, and that is almost intercepted. Very close.
Third down.
Third down on the incompletion. So 3rd and 6 coming up now for Sandwich. Crowd running for cover. Karn wants to pass, now has pressure coming, and he is still on his feet. He avoids Eli Brooks, and then he's finally taken down. Sakai Howard there to make the stop, as well as number 56, Ryan Tavares. So a loss of yards on the sack. Wind whipping with the rain coming.
36-yard line.
Pass down the field. It's going to be out of play and uncatchable. We apologize here as we try to reset. Trying to keep the camera dry here. But that was a pass down the sidelines to number 21, Jake Carter, and it was incomplete, out of play actually. Never got his hands on it. So the Hilltoppers take over on downs as the rain continues to fall. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. So good defensive stop from the Hilltoppers. They need to get the offense going here now. A little shuffle pass to Sakai Howard. That'll pick up about 5 yards.
Number 7, Sakai Howard.
They pitched it out to him after they faked the handoff up the middle.
Second down.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard pickup.
Second down and about 6 yards for the Hilltoppers from the 41-yard line.
So ball at the 41. 2nd and 5 coming up. .455 to play before the half. Durfee needs some points. They trail 14-0. Shuffle pass to Eli Brooks. He's scampering to the far sideline. He has a first down. He crosses the 50. Puts the shoulder down and plows his way down to the 45.
And 10 Hilltoppers moving into Blue Knight territory at just about the 45-yard line.
So Durfee gets over to Blue Knights territory. Ball spotted right at the 45. So it'll be 1st and 10 Durfee from the visiting side of the field. They hand it off again. No, Vieira keeps it, and it's a sack in the backfield. They faked the handoff. Once again, I bought it. I'll tell you, that was good sell there, but the defense didn't buy it out on the field. Second and 11 with 4 minutes to play in the first half. Clock will continue to roll with every running play inbounds. And now a whistle is blown. Didn't see a flag, so not sure what happened there. Restart the clock. And here we go, 2nd and 11. They hand it off. Brooks picks it up. Picks up a few yards on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd and 7 when they get back to the line. So the up the middle not seemed to work so far in this game. It's not working very well, trying to punch it up the middle. We'll see if the Hilltoppers try a running play to the outside.
Third down and 7.
3rd and 7.
From the 42-yard line.
Vieira wants to pass, has Nick Salmon in his sights. Salmon across for a first down, taken out inside the 30. And now a flag, a late hit penalty. That'll be a personal foul, we're assuming, and that should move the Hilltoppers even further down the field. Waiting the official call, but it sure did look like a late hit.
Personal foul.
It is a personal foul on the Blue Knights. So first down Hilltoppers, and then add some more yards after the infraction was made.
A 15-yard penalty.
15 yards from the spot of the foul after the first down. So the Hilltoppers here with their best opportunity of the night. Inside the 15, second trip to the red zone. Hilltoppers fans hoping this one will result in points. They're going to float it to the end zone. It's long, but does Nick Salmon have it in the end zone? Saying he's out.
It's an incomplete. Caught, but caught out of bounds. Second down.
Wow, close play. These are the times where we wish we had instant replay. The Durfee coaching staff here on the roof can't believe the call. One official appeared like he was going to call the touchdown, and then the linesman watching the feet on the boundary saying that Salmon went out of bounds with it. Take his word for it, he was 10 feet away. We'll see if they try the same play again. Salmon lined up on the near side. Colin Medeiros on the far side. They hand it off to Brooks, who tries to power his way up the middle. It's a short gain to bring up 3rd down.
Third down. And about 7.
3rd and 7 for the Hilltoppers from the 11-yard line. 2:15 to play here in the first half. Durfee looking for points as the rain starts to fall again. It had let up shortly. Vieira going to the end zone, and it is caught! Touchdown Hilltoppers! That looked like Sakai Howard. No, that was Colin Medeiros who made that beautiful catch in the first quarter. Medeiros comes down with it in the end zone. A flashy catch. Durfee on the board with 2:03 to play in the half. Durfee looking to go for the extra point, so they'll rely on Jaron Vieira for that after the QB gets his first touchdown pass of the night. Kick is on its way. The kick is good. That one traveled a long way into the walkway over the scoreboard. My goodness.
2 minutes, 3 seconds remaining in the first.
14-7 the score now. Durfee will get the ball to begin the second half. But they need to hold the Blue Knights over these next few minutes.
After you're done enjoying the delicious food from the concession stand, once again, we'd appreciate it if you could throw your trash away. After you're done enjoying the delicious food from the concession stands.
Hilltoppers getting ready to kick off.
Set to kick for the Hilltoppers is number 15, Sharon Vieira. 23, Jason Mullen. Set deep for the Blue Knights.
Jason Mullen set deep to receive the kickoff with his teammate Jake Carter. Vieira will kick it away from the 40. A liner that's going to bounce on one hop, two hops, a high bounce to the 5 where it's recovered. Taken down just across the 25-yard line. Mullen is taken down. So a nice run back, but luckily for Durfee, the kick went a long way. $1:55 on the clock for Sandwich to work with. Durfee needs a big defensive stop and keep this deficit at 1 score. 7 points, the difference in this one after Durfee finds the end zone for the first time. The flag is thrown. Probably going to be a false start on the offense. And the indication is that it is. Five-yard penalty will back up the Blue Knights. So it'll be 1st and 15 as we replay first down. Some heavier bands of rain working their way in here. Ball is loose. A fumble is recovered by the Hilltoppers with 1:46 to play here in the first half, and they have some great field position. Asante Montero with the recovery. How about that?
It is going to be a 1st down and 10 for the Hilltoppers from the 29-yard line.
Vieira trying to scamper away. He has an open field into the 15, taken down at the 10. Boy, that looked disastrous. And then all of a sudden, 20-yard pickup. How about that?
Nice block made by number 53, Pat Brown, for the Hilltoppers, making that possible.
90 seconds to play, and the Blue Knights call timeout. My goodness, it is pouring here now, let me tell you. While we have a timeout on the field, we're going to get the camera bagged up here. Oh my goodness gracious. This first half can't come to a close fast enough. Unbelievable. The heavens have opened up. And the Hilltoppers offense is in high gear right now, looking for the game-tying touchdown. Asante Montero with the carry.
On the carry is number 27, Asante Montero, for the Hilltoppers.
With this rain, all we need now is something to hit the light tower. We'll have a scene from The Natural. This is It's incredible. Man, oh man. From the 10, second and goal. 1:24 on the clock. Few more yards on the carry.
Number 15, Jaron Vieira on the carry for the Hilltoppers. It's going to be a third down.
It'll be 3rd and 5 to go. 3rd and goal from the 5.
Down and goal. Hilltoppers need 5.
Less than a minute on the clock.
Under a minute as it continues to tick away. 50 seconds remaining in the first half.
They hand the ball off. Eli Brooks, and Brooks is in for the score. 14-13. Durfee scores in the final couple minutes of play here after the fumble recovery. With 31 seconds to play, they have pulled to within 1.
So in the touchdown here, it is 14-13 Blue Knights as the Hilltoppers go for the extra point.
And now on a wet field with a wet football, Vieira will look to pull even with the extra point attempt. They fake it, and there's room for the lead. The Hilltoppers take a 1-point lead before the half. It's 15-14. Oh, baby, we got ourselves a football game tonight. My goodness. That was a beautiful fake. Jaron Vieira with the key block there. Little bit of trickery by the offense, and they take their first lead. 15 unanswered points for the home team with 31 seconds to play in the first half. Skies pouring down the rain, Durfee pouring on the points. Late in this first half. Have to get a new roster. My roster's toast right now. A soggy mess. My, oh my. Can't make this stuff up, I'll tell you. And the trick play there to get the lead. Fantastic and gutsy call by head coach Taylor Brown. Durfee with a newfound lead as they kick it off. There is a flag.
There's a penalty marker on the field, number 20.
And Asante Montero makes the tackle.
Brings it back.
Oh, my bad. Number 87, David Lapointe on the tackle there at the 36 to end that return. We'll wait to hear what this penalty is. It is an illegal block in the back, and it's on the receiving team, and that'll back them up.
There's a block in the back. Be a 10-yard penalty from the spot fall.
So we saw Durfee make that mistake earlier in the ball game. Now the visitors, Sandwich, making that mistake. And that'll back them up with 23 seconds to go. You just never know, but right now it looks like the Hilltoppers may go into the half with a lead. Sure didn't seem like it was going to be that way about 5 minutes ago. They'll run a play from scrimmage. McNally with the ball, and he has a little bit of room to run. Taken down right at about the 30-yard line as the clock continues to roll. We have 10 seconds to play in this first half, and it looks like that'll be the last play of the first half. With 3 seconds, the bell tolls. This game is 1 hour old. And the Durfee Hilltoppers with an incredible finish to the first half. A little bit of help from the rain maybe, whatever works. Whatever works. The Hilltoppers have themselves a 1-point lead, 15-14 as we head into the half. We're going to go dry off down in the press box and pray for no more rain. We'll be back with the third quarter right after this. Well, with more rain expected here as this game goes on, We have relocated inside the press box for the remainder of this one as the rain is continuing to fall. Wind-driven rain, just like we had here last week. The Hilltoppers lead it 15-14 after scoring on that fake extra point attempt. They scored the 2-point conversion to take their first lead of the game. They've scored 15 unanswered, and now they receive the kickoff here in the second half. And the return will get them to about the 25-yard line. And Durfee's offensive unit takes the field once again. The game-tying touchdown was a catch by Colin Medeiros. It was Jaron Vieira's only touchdown pass of the night. And there is Medeiros on the near side, right on the left side of your screen. Hands it off, and Zakai Howard going down well in the backfield for a big loss. That's about an 8-yard loss. Make it 2nd and 18 from the 17. Tough way to start the second half. 7 to 8 yard loss there. Zakai Howard going down, so Vieira looking to pass. They'll go right back to Zakai. The ball is wet and it comes out of his hands. So an incompletion will make it 3rd and 17. We'll see if this rain affects the passing game. Both sides passing the ball a lot in this game, not something that you normally see. For the most part, high school football, you see a lot of plays on the ground, a lot of running plays. But tonight, pretty evenly split between ground and air. But you have to think that the rain, in addition to the wind, is going to really mess with the players here in terms of the passing game. 3rd and 17. Vieira looking to pass, going to go deep. And that is going to be incomplete. Great defensive coverage there. Jake Carter blocking and deflecting that one. He could have picked that off very easily. Nick Salmon, I believe, the intended receiver. But nice coverage there. Jake Carter did a great job of playing this position, got under the ball, got in front of Salmon to break that one up. So a 3 and out forced by Sandwich. Durfee will punt it away. Oh, and this one is right into the turf. It's a live ball, and it's a touchdown for the Blue Knights. Oh, my goodness. So the absolute worst nightmare for the Hilltoppers. A blocked punt, recovered right into the end zone, and there goes Durfee's first lead of the game. Sandwich retakes the lead. They lead by 5, 20 to 15. And they'll go for 2 to make it a 7-point lead. McNally trying to run it in. Waiting the call. It is good for 2. So the Blue Knights, a nice play on special teams, lead by 7 once again, 22 to 15 the score. 1 minute and 4 seconds into the second half. Good news for Durfee, they get to go right back on offense. Defense won't have to play any snaps, really. It'll be Jake Carter kicking it off. Zakai Howard deep for the Hilltoppers. Kicking with the wind. What a nice kickoff. That'll be a touchback as it goes into the end zone and out of bounds. And Durfee will start from their own 20-yard line. So with that last touchdown from Sandwich, I'll tell you, it was a scoreless first quarter, and this game looked like it was going to be a battle of defenses. And then all of a sudden now, 37 points over the last quarter and about a minute. The rain picking up again. Brooks with the carry. And that is close to a first down. They'll move the chains. It is a first down for Eli Brooks as he adds to his yard total on the night. Unofficially 10 carries in that first half for about 70-plus yards. Now Asante Montero up the sidelines, close to midfield, will move the chains again. Another first down for Durfee. Not wasting any time, pounding it on the ground. No huddle. We saw Sandwich do that in the first quarter. Durfee going no huddle here as the rain really starts to pick up. Brooks with the carry again. Stopped, still on his feet across midfield before the whistles are blown at the 48 of Sandwich. Tackle made by Jack Idice. 2nd and 7 for Durfee. They're across midfield. Brooks with it again. No, shuffle pass around the defender. And Asante Montero will pick up about 3 more yards. That was a dangerous play there by Vieira. We've seen him do it a couple times. And those shuffle passes are like playing with fire. Third and about 3 to go. Durfee needing a first down. They're in Blue Knights territory. They hand it off. No, Vieira keeps it, and he's got the first down and a few more. Across the 35. Nice play call there from Durfee. Quarterback keeper. And the Hilltoppers move the chains for the 3rd time on this drive. They'll hand it off again. That looks like Montero again. He's having himself a nice drive here in the second half. Durfee trying to mix things up. Everybody expecting Brooks to get the ball, so they go with Montero, and he's had himself a few nice carries. 2nd and 7 after a 3-yard pickup. They'll hand it off again. This time that looks like Brooks, and he should power his way in what should be a first down again. Going to be close. It's a first down for the Hilltoppers. No huddle for Durfee. They keep this drive going. Fast pace. Vieira kept it on the fake. He'll grab about 2 or 3 yards on that carry. Hilltoppers trying to get in the red zone. And we apologize for any obstructed views here. We had the window panes as we are down inside the press box now as the rain is just coming down. Shy of the 20, about 8 yards to go for the first down after a 2-yard pickup. They pitch it out. Montero with some room. Oh, the ball comes loose into the hands of Eli Brooks. Oh, my gosh. There is a flag in the backfield, but that is about as lucky of a situation as you can get right there. Unbelievable. We'll wait It's a face mask on the offense. That's a personal foul. And there goes the first down. Hilltoppers will get backed up. This was a very clean drive so far. That's the first penalty.
10-yard penalty on the holding for the Hilltoppers.
Backs them up to the 32-yard line. They have to get to the 15 for the first. So replay second down. 2nd and 17 to go.
Ball is at the 32-yard line. 2nd down and long for the Hilltoppers.
And it looks like a timeout being called now. Durfee calls a timeout, want to regroup after the penalty. Looking to pull even again as they trail by 7. Out of the timeout. Hilltoppers back to the line. 2nd and 17 after the personal foul. They send Brooks in motion. Vieira looking to pass. They aim for Brooks, and McNally all over it.
Ball was tipped by number 34, Ryan McNally. Blue Knights, 3rd down, Hilltoppers and long.
McNally is a tall player out there. It's like thrown into a wall. He swatted that one right down to the turf. Incomplete. So 3rd and long for the Hilltoppers.
Ball remains at the 32-yard line. 3rd down and long for Durfee.
One would imagine this is 4-down territory. Again, from the 32. Looking to pass. Vieira has some time, but pressure coming. That is going to be incomplete.
Pass is incomplete. It was intended for number 7.
Sakai Howard slipped. He couldn't get back to the ball, and he was on the ground before the ball even got to him. And that's what a wet field will do for you. So 4th and 17 now from the 32. That personal foul really stalled up this drive. The Hilltoppers had it in high gear, and now they're in neutral. 2 incomplete passes, bringing up 4th down. And they will go for it. Nick Salmon in motion. Vieira looking to pass. Here comes pressure, and he is going to be in big trouble.
Number 41, Michael Murama.
A sack, a loss of about 15 yards. Taking over on downs in a big way are the Blue Knights.
It's going to be a 1st down and 10 now for the Blue Knights.
Blue Knights at the 47 take over, so just about at midfield, 1st and 10. And that was a quarterback keeper.
Number 27,
Tyler Carnes punches it up the middle, taken down right at midfield.
Barry looking at 2nd down.
Ooh, and we just had a flash of lightning, it appeared. And if there's lightning and there's thunder, and this has gotten pretty ugly.
Due to the lightning, we have to temporarily suspend play.
Play has
We ask you to
going to be suspended here for the time being. Not sure if we'll even get this one done. There is a huge line of storms,
as possible.
and this is why we moved downstairs. As we said earlier, I can't make this stuff up, I'll tell you. So for the time being, we're going to step aside and cross our fingers that we can finish this game. But for now, everybody has to leave the field and take shelter due to this inclement weather. With 5:37 to play in the 3rd quarter, Durfee trails 22-15. Well, what do you know? We are back here at Mac Aldridge Field. Football about to resume. as the Durfee Hilltoppers have retaken the field after a half-hour lightning delay. Some stats to run down here from the first half. Rushing yards, unofficial stats here. Eli Brooks, 13 carries before the lightning delay for about 90 yards. Asante Montero with 4 carries for 28 yards for the Hilltoppers. On the receiving side for the Hilltoppers, Nick Salmon, 3 receptions for 20 yards, and Colin Medeiros, 2 receptions for 35 yards and a touchdown. So passing, Jaron Vieira, the quarterback for Durfee, 5 for 14 so far for 55 yards. The 1 touchdown pass to Medeiros and the interception. So part of the MIAA rules is that when there is a lightning strike, it's a 30-minute delay. And that is a clock, a stopwatch, basically, that recycles anytime there's another lightning strike. Luckily, we had just the one. So the teams are warming back up here, and we will have football momentarily. So stay with us. With 5:37 to play in the third quarter, Durfee trails 22-15. So the teams have had about 2 or 3 minutes to warm up after coming back out of the locker room. And we will resume play with a 2nd and 7 right from midfield. 5:37 on the clock here in the third quarter with the score 22-15, Sandwich leading Durfee. And that's where we will resume play. Fans who stuck around and waited in the car, making their way back to the stands. We have one more band of rain that's pretty heavy that will be coming through, and McNally almost found a seam to head all the way down the field. He was tripped up, but I'll tell you, that was close to a long run for him. But yes, the rain is still coming down, but no lightning. We hope that it'll stay that way. So a first down for the Blue Knights. A quarterback keeper is good for a few yards, taken down just across the 35. A fumble. This is going to be very close to a first down. And we'll see where they spot it, or if they're going to ask for a measurement. But almost a fumble on that snap. Somehow, the Blue Knights able to keep it. It was bobbled there on the snap. So an official timeout there on the field. Stopping the clock at 4:40. And they'll get a measurement now. Chains onto the field. This is going to be very close. But it looks like it may be short. Short by just a few chain links. So it'll bring up a 4th and inches. Less than half a football. How about that?
So it is going to be short, 3rd down and inches for the Blue Knights.
3rd and inches to go. I had said 4th down. It's actually 3rd down. So 3rd and inches. Rain's still coming down at a pretty good clip. Probably another good 15-20 minutes of rain before it'll be past us. At least that's according to the radar. Running play. Karn's still on his feet, and he is headed down the sidelines before he's dragged out of bounds just shy of the 10. So a quarterback keeper right there. That's a big chunk of yards, and it moves the Blue Knights into the red zone. They have one touchdown here in the second half, trying to make it 2. There is a penalty marker on the field. There was a hold, and there's lightning again, and we are going to be delayed. We'll see if the officials see it, but that was pretty clear. Holding on the offense is the official call, so that moves them back. That run is all for naught, but there was a lightning strike. As we continue to keep our eye to the sky. That one was right in the direction we're facing in the eastern sky. McNally on the carry for a few yards. Short gain, about 3. Make it 2nd and 7. So just across the 25. Blue Knights trying to get back the yards they lost on that holding penalty. They'll hand it off again. Looks like a QB keeper as well. Either way, it's going to be a loss of yardage as the Hilltoppers back up the Blue Knights. I'll tell you, if we hadn't had that penalty marker on the field and the officials weren't kind of gathered and looking down at the yards on the ground, they would have seen that lightning strike. They missed it. So we play on. Looking to pass now on 3rd down. And it is complete. Good for a first and a few more to the end zone. Touchdown! Blue Knights with their 2nd touchdown here in the second half. And they open the lead up again now, 28-15. They'll go for the point after. Jake Carter doing the kicking. And that one is good. A low line drive just over the crossbar. 29-15. It's a 14-point deficit for the Hilltoppers now. They trailed by 14 once in this game. And they erased that deficit. Can they pull off the feet again? Can we finish this game without any more delays? 3:08 on the clock here in the 3rd quarter. So just under 15 minutes total game time between the end of this quarter and the 4th. That was a great catch and run by Cameron Lopes. He is a freshman this year, the only freshman on this team, and there's a reason why he's playing varsity football as a freshman, because that was a pretty catch and run for the score. Kickoff is a liner that'll bounce on a hop. Nice run back to the 40-yard line. And that's where the Hilltoppers will take over. Sakai Howard with a good return. Durfee with good field position to begin this next drive. They trail by 14.
First down and 10. Ball is at the 40-yard
Sakai Howard in motion on the first snap on this drive. Eli Brooks cuts back inside up the middle. Has some room down the sidelines to the 40. He has some room to go to the 10, to the 5, and he's in for the touchdown. Oh, baby, one snap, and there you go. 60 yards for the score. Eli Brooks takes it all the way down the sidelines. Durfee answers just like that. The defense was leaning one way. Brooks saw a seam on the right side, cut back, and he was gone. Pedaled to the floor, Mord. No flags on that run. Vieira will attempt the point after to make this a 7-point game. On its way, and the kick is good. So how about that? The few fans that have returned to the stadium on Durfee's side approving of that touchdown drive. One play for 60 yards. It's Eli Brooks doing it again.
Durfee 22. We'll kick it back to the studio for a 1-minute break. You're listening to the high school football game of the week on 1480 WSAR.
It was lightning 4 times in Minnesota. I'm so glad I didn't see it.
Talk in the booth here that there's been some other lightning strikes I have not seen now, but the officials obviously not seeing them either on the field. Needless to say, we continue to play. Durfee answers with a touchdown of their own on one play. 29-22 the score. Vieira will kick off from left to right. Jason Mullen deep for the Blue Knights. And it appears Jake Carter is back there as well. Little squib kick going for the onside kick. Sakai Howard has it after the 10 yards. Should be Durfee ball. There is a flag. Penalty marker on the field. It sure looks like it went 10 yards. We'll wait for the call. Wow, they're saying that Sakai Howard touched the ball before the 10 yards. It sure didn't look like it. He was in the air when he crossed the 50, which is 10 yards right there. And Coach Brown is livid. That's a bad call right there. It's supposed to go 10 yards before you can touch it. Sakai Howard was in the air over the 50-yard line when he caught that ball. That's a clean catch, and that's a bad call. So the visitors will take over. The crowd not happy. The Hilltoppers not happy, and for good reason. Hilltoppers get another penalty on what we're assuming is an unsportsmanlike conduct on the sidelines. That was a 15-yarder right there. Emotions running high, and a little bit of controversy here at Mac Aldridge Field. Give it a couple yards on the catch and run as the Blue Knights are in command once again on offense. 2nd and 8. McNally with it. Runs into a wall, and he is taken down close to the line of scrimmage. Forcing third down, a gain of a yard. So 3rd and 7 now.
3rd and 7 from the 32-yard line.
Another lightning strike out in the distance. And another stop by the Hilltoppers defense.
Another start by the Hilltoppers by number 7.
That's for a loss of yards to bring up 4th down.
It's going to be a 4th down, about 10 yards to go. 9 yards, give or take. 4th down for the Blue Knights.
What a boost this would be for the Durfee sidelines if the defense can force a 3-and-out after the onside kick attempt and penalty. Gonna pass. Far sidelines. He has his man, and it is brought down, caught. What a catch. Jake Carter comes down with it. Beautiful pass by the QB, Tyler Carnes. McNally on the carry. Less than a minute to play in the 3rd quarter. 29-22, Sandwich leads. They rush back to the line, looking to score their 5th touchdown of the game. McNally with the carry again. He's still on his feet. Durfee trying to pile him up. But it is a touchdown. He's able to break the plane. Sandwich doesn't waste time. They get down the field. 5th touchdown of the night. McNally punches it in. Extra point attempt to make it 14 points once again. Carter on the kick, awaiting the snap. Ball down, kick on its way, and it is good through the uprights. 36-22 with 36 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter. And during this pause while they reset the kickoff, getting a little explanation from our official in the booth that the Sandwich Blue Knights, one of the players on the receiving team on that last onside kick, had called for a fair catch. And that is why Durfee ended up having to give the ball back. It was an illegal touch because the fair catch was called. So needless to say, Durfee trails by 14 once again. And they have just a little over a quarter to get this deficit erased. And after a couple of redirections, the return is stopped short of the 25. Going to be 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Hilltoppers will start their drive. Going nowhere on the first snap of the drive. Good defense from the Blue Knights. Andrew Wilson in there on the tackle. Another lightning strike off in the distance on the right side of the screen.
Of the third quarter. Fourth quarter, 36-22 Blue Knights. Going into the fourth quarter.
The third quarter comes to a close. We'll reset the field and switch sides for the final time tonight. So after no gain to end the third quarter, it'll bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 24. Durfee with 11 minutes in this game. They trail by 14. They got 11 minutes to try to erase the deficit again. And a sack in the backfield. The ball comes loose, and it is picked up by the Hilltoppers. Nick Salmon with a heads-up play there after Vieira went down in the backfield. So a lucky break for Durfee.
Fumbled forward and recovered, luckily, by Durfee. Looks like number 5, Nick Salmon. Extra yards on that fumble because it would have been stopped short.
Big burst of lightning right there over the high school. Vieira looking to pass, comes this side. Asante Montero with some room, and he's run into a wall. Jake Carter taken down Asante Montero, but not after a big gain. Taken down at the 46. Hilltoppers progressing to midfield. Vieira passing, far side. Oh, in and out of the hands. Great job by Jake Carter breaking up that pass. That was intended for Colin Medeiros. We've seen Carter do that a couple of times tonight. Plays his defensive position very well. As we see yet another lightning strike out in the distance. Low snap, Vieira gets rid of it. Howard across for the first down, taken down at the Sandwich 40. My, how this game has changed. It looked like it was going to be a game of defenses. Now it's who can put up the most points and how fast. Durfee across midfield, just shy of the 40 as it turns out, at the 41. They pitch it out. Now it looks like Montero again trying to get to the line of scrimmage, and he runs into a wall of Blue Knights. They give him a yard of forward yards. Positive yardage. So it'll be 2nd and 9 from the 40. Vieira looking to pass again, fakes it. Now pressure is coming, and he is in big trouble. Still on his feet. There's a flag. Shuffle pass. almost picked off. It was intended for Eli Brooks. Looks like Hunter Salmon may be tagged with a hold. Oh, a face mask on the defense. How about that? Looked like there was a hold. Instead, a personal foul that'll move the Hilltoppers forward and give them a first down.
It is a first down now for the Hilltoppers.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 35.
5-yard line.
Pardon me, the 25-yard line.
Deep into Sandwich territory at the 25-yard line. So big break there for the Hilltoppers with 9:06 to play in the game.
Yeah, nice job by Durfee right now. You know, I spoke about they're going to do all runs. They've done the majority of runs, but they've definitely looked at the pass game. So let's see what they do. Still have 9 minutes left. Just need 2 more touchdowns to tie it and or take the lead.
Yes, rip that ball out. Rip that ball. Motion, handoff is to Brooks.
Number 25, Eli Brooks on the carry for the Hilltoppers.
Eli Brooks on the carry. Could not get very far. May have even lost a yard. We'll see where they spot the ball. Loss of a yard. So bring up 2nd and 11 from the 26.
Loss of about a yard there for the Hilltoppers. 2nd down and 11. Ball is placed at the 26-yard line.
Older brother, junior, Hunter, a freshman.
Still have another year to play with each other.
They're going up top here.
Rain is picked up again. Brooks trying to cut back, and the defense all over him. Kevin Shea taking him down.
Leading the tackle for the Blue Knights.
Around the outside of the numbers line there. And Elijah Brooks, he just kept going on the sideline. They didn't even know they Vieira pitched it, but then he tried to go
Ball is placed now at 30.
outside again.
It's a loss of 4 to bring up 3rd and 15.
3rd down and long for the Hilltoppers. They need 15 for a first down.
Brings up a critical 3rd down and 15 here at the Sandwich 30-yard line for the Hilltoppers. 7:44 to play here in the game and chasing 14 points. So big 3rd down play here for the Hilltoppers. Vieira lining up. We have trips to the right. And Brooks behind Vieira in the pistol. Salmon comes in motion right to left out of the
Vieira passing to the far side, and it's picked off by the Blue Knights.
by the Blue Devils and off to the races down the left sideline.
Pass was intercepted.
Jake Carter has gotten in front of Colin Medeiros a couple times tonight, and he finally gets the pick.
Safe bet, right? 'Cause that was Kentucky. But yeah, Jake Carter. The play was a slant to
So that Durfee drive stopped short. Vieira's 2nd pick of the game. Blue Knights take over in Durfee territory with 7:14 to play, leading by 14.
out of the backfield, the handoff to McNally. McNally running right into the line of scrimmage.
McNally on the carry, short gain.
Play will bring up 2nd down and 9. Now under 7 minutes.
Sandwich in a no huddle.
Play coming into the sideline.
McNally in the backfield again.
McNally now off to Karen's left. Karen's out of the shotgun.
They hand it off to number 12. Cameron Lopes
About a yard of
grabs a yard. It'll bring up 3rd and about 7 to go. Ball at the 45. So 3rd and 7 from the 45.
and about 7. Great ball is placed right on the 45-yard line of the Hilltoppers. Karen's out of the shotgun, split backs, hands off to the back on the right. That's McNally. McNally
Running into a pile on 3rd down.
line of scrimmage running into a pile of Durfee defenders, and we'll have a timeout on the field.
Timeout taken by the Hilltoppers.
Timeout taken by Durfee as 4th down approaches. No gain on that stop, so the Durfee D once again doing a nice job. And we'll see as we're just across midfield if the Blue Knights are going to punt this away or if they'll go for it on 4th down. 6 minutes to play with the timeout called. Double lightning strike right there.
Kick it away. Kick it away from this kid.
Looks like they will punt it away from the ball will be snapped from the 45 of Durfee, kicked from the 45 of Sandwich. A good punt.
Right down the middle, taken by the returner. Skips one tackle.
He's backtracking. Hilltoppers lose yards. So Durfee back deep in their own territory.
Their chances are still dwindling as the time is not their friend.
36-22. Sandwich leading Durfee here at Mac Aldridge Field. The South Coast High School football game of the week on 1480 WSAR.
So with the clock continuing to wind down, 5:46 to play in this one. Durfee way deep in their territory. They'll have a long way to go. Vieira passing. Nick Salmon with the catch. Oh, incomplete, out of his hands. It sure looked like he had it at first. In and out of his hands. No good there. So 2nd and 10 after the incompletion.
It was actually a better play for Durfee dropping the ball because he would have hit right at the line of scrimmage and it actually stops the clock. So still have a 2nd and long.
Looking at the radar, we're just about out of the rain, but the thing is, the game doesn't have much more to go either. Second and 10 from the 13. Vieira looking to pass again. Has pressure coming. Has to escape, and he stays out of the end zone. It's a sack for Kevin Shea. Loss of about 7. So we'll make it 3rd and 17 coming up. Durfee practically at the goal line.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen again. Throw back.
Being a huddle like this, you got to make sure you hit something open though. They only have one safety looks out.
Watch the screen.
Vieira's had a lot of pressure, and now he's going to be throwing from the end zone, go to avoid a safety. Vieira have to get rid of it fast. They run the ball. Eli Brooks coming your way across the 30 for a 1st down. Brooks can't punch it up the middle. Hasn't had that much success running it up the chute tonight. It's been more the outside routes that he's had success with. And with time heading down to 4 minutes now, Durfee continues with a hurry-up offense. No huddle. Vieira looking to pass. Has some time going for Nick Salmon, and he catches it inbounds and then heads out of bounds. It'll stop the clock. Good for a 1st down, taken out just shy of the 40 across midfield. Ball at the 42. 1st and 10 Hilltoppers. Most importantly is that stopped the clock as well. Salmon clawed his way to the sidelines. Vieira wants to pass. Gonna go deep. Nick Salmon is nowhere near that one. The wind probably got under that one. We saw that happen a lot in the 1st quarter. when Sandwich was on offense. A lot of overthrown balls that were kind of lost in the wind, and that one floated quite a long way. So it'll bring up 2nd and 10. The incompletion stopping the clock. Jaron Vieira speaks with his head coach. Make sure everybody's on the same page. They'll line back up. 2nd and 10 from the 42 of the Blue Knights. CJ Roque on the near side. See if they target him. Vieira throws on the run. There's a flag. It's incomplete. We'll see what the penalty marker is. Again, pass incomplete to bring up 3rd down. It was intended for Sakai Howard, it appeared. Oh, it's a face mask. Personal foul on Durfee, and that will back up the Hilltoppers into their territory, their own 48-yard line. My apologies, that was a holding penalty. It was not a face mask. It was a hold on the offense for a 10-yard loss. So from the Durfee 48, to Sakai Howard. He has it. He trips, but he's in there for the 1st down. Enough for the first. A big burst of lightning right there. And I'm not just talking about the play. 1st and 10. Vieira looking to pass again. Going to go to the far side. Incomplete. A lot of contact on that far side. Colin Medeiros cannot come down with it. Once again, Jake Carter with some exceptional coverage. Hilltoppers not running very much. They're throwing the ball more on this drive than they have throughout this 2nd half. 3:37 to play. Hilltoppers still trail by 14. Across, and it's in and out of the hands of Medeiros. Medeiros having a hard time reeling in some of these catches. Wet football not helping. 3rd and 10 from the 30. That was for Sakai Howard. Almost picked off. Incomplete, but again, another tip that was so close to a pick. And that's going to bring up 4th and 10. Oh, they called the interception. My apologies. Didn't look like it, but nonetheless, 3rd interception, another deflected ball that goes into the hands of the defense for a pick. Not just a clean pick, another deflection. And with 3:24 to play, Sandwich try to just run out the clock. They lead 36-22. McNally dragged down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss. It's a loss of 2 yards. Brings up 2nd and 12 from the 28. McNally trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage. He may have done that, but it'll still bring up a 3rd and long.
Here by Durfee. So
Durfee calling a timeout to stop the clock.
commercial. You're listening to the South Coast High School Football Game of the Week.
Ask how many timeouts they have left.
WSAR. You've got about a minute for a timeout, Dave, so it's probably a 30-second commercial.
So looking ahead, folks, the Hilltoppers schedule the last 2 regular season games of the season. Next week, the Hilltoppers will be on the road in Brockton for Big 3 play. And then they will return home for the final home game of the regular season, homecoming night, where the candidates will be announced during halftime. And that game will be against Nauset on the 23rd, right here at McAldrich Field. So 2 more games for the Hilltoppers. And if the score stays this way, they will have a losing record through the first 7 games of the season. They will not be able to have a winning record before tournament seedings come out. Play resumes coming out of the timeout. Carnes keeps it running, but he is sacked. A loss of yards, probably about 5 yards. And a timeout called by the Hilltoppers. That stops the clock at 2:25 on 4th down.
Just a reminder, next Friday night, the Hilltoppers will be in Brockton, a 7 p.m. start. The next home game will be October 23rd, right here at McAldrich Field.
Ooh, a big burst of lightning once again.
The October 23rd game is the Hilltoppers' homecoming game as well against Nauset.
Thoughts on what you've seen there in the 4th quarter?
Yeah, good fight by Durfee, but just not enough with Sandwich. A couple calls going
4th and about 14 to go.
kick that was called back on a penalty, and Sandwich able to score to make the score 36-22, and Durfee
From what appears to be the 26. 4th and 14 from the 26. They'll punt it away.
drives, the last one ending in a pick. So again, only 125 remaining, down by 2 touchdowns. Finally gonna get the ball back.
Kicking into the wind, a good punt. That's going to land at around midfield and take a bounce. Nice punt by the Blue Knights.
First and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
First and 10.
Hilltoppers will take over at their own 46. They have little time left, though. 2:13 to play in this game. The rain has not let up. And the Hilltoppers trail 36-22.
Really hard to score that second touchdown. Never mind, get that onside kick. So this is a 1-minute drill coming out here.
We'll see what Coach Brown has dialed up for the Hilltoppers here as Vieira and the Hilltoppers break the huddle. It's a double wing offense.
Vieira looking to pass. Little screen to Eli Brooks, trying to get to the sidelines. He will to stop the clock after he picks up about 6 yards. 6-yard carry. 2nd and 4 across midfield from the visitors' 49-yard line.
So right now, he is a man on a mission.
2:06 to play here in the game. Durfee with a second down.
Second down and 4 for the Hilltoppers with 2 minutes.
Durfee needs a deep strike here and a quick score. And then the onside kick attempt will most likely be coming again. Vieira going to run with it a bit, trying to get to the sidelines. And he's hit. That's a late hit. And it's a late flag, but nonetheless, it was a late hit.
Vieira was hit hard after running out of bounds.
Vieira was well outside of bounds, and that's the second late hit from Sandwich. So don't know about that. If I was a coach there, I want to get my players on the right track, and that just gives an extra 15 yards, stops the clock.
Personal foul
So that's a personal foul. It stops the clock. And it should be 15 yards.
15-yard penalty from the spot.
So 15 yards from the 47.
Coach Brown said this before the game, too. We brought it up before about being smart with their plays and not getting penalties. But, Durfee's been getting these penalty calls against them, too. And a lot of mental mistakes with those 2 interceptions against Vieira. Both
It's actually from the 48, so to the 23, or 33 rather. 33-yard line, 1st and 10 after the penalty.
First down and 10. Ball is placed on the 33-yard line.
They felt this team needed to be opportunistic on defense when the ball was in the air, and they just that.
So that helps Durfee. They gain 15 yards thanks to the penalty. Clock stopped at 2 minutes. Vieira will throw on the run. Almost picked off again by Jake Carter. Looks like Montero, the intended receiver for the Hilltoppers. That stops the clock on the incompletion. Vieira's had a lot of pressure on these pass attempts. Each snap, everybody in his wheelhouse. Now he's backtracking, throwing on the run. Nobody home. Incomplete. 3rd and 10 coming up. In just 6 minutes real time, this game will be 3 hours old if you include the delay. Long night here at Mac Aldridge Field. Lots of points, lots of stoppages. We had the half-hour lightning delay. 3rd and 10, and Brooks can't come down with it. So 4th and 10. Hilltoppers have to go for it. It's do or die time. Durfee trying to avoid a 3-game losing streak and a 1-4 record after 5 games. Not looking too good for the home team right now. 4th and 10 to keep this drive going. Here comes pressure. Vieira gets it off, and it's picked off. That was number 4 of the defense, Sam Whittle. Vieira's 4th pick of the night. Minute 40 to play in the game. Sandwich takes over after the pick, and they will run out the clock. Timeout called by Durfee. Should be their final with 90 seconds to play in the game. Durfee's last opportunity to stop the clock. Hilltoppers break the huddle, head back to the field. Blue Knights right behind him. Final 90 seconds of the game. Another handoff. The Blue Knights with a very nice offensive performance tonight, putting up 36 points as we tick down to the final 60 seconds, and that's after being held to just 6 points a week ago at Dennis Yarmouth, a game they lost 28-6, dropping them to 2-2. So it looks like the Blue Knights here are going to jump back above 500 on the season, and a nice bounce back victory. Garn running down the field, taken down just shy of the 50. He was about one stride away from going the distance right there before getting tripped up. Had a good chance to add another touchdown to tonight's statistics. 30 seconds to play. And they'll wait till the last possible second before they snap the ball. One would imagine that they'll take a knee. 15 seconds. And that'll about do it. They don't even need to take the knee. 2-1-0. So the Hilltoppers, after what was a pretty spectacular first half for both teams, they played very well. Competitive football. Blue Knights come back after the lightning delay in the third quarter, and they put it to them. 36-22, the final score. Durfee drops their third in a row. They drop to 1-4 on the season. Our producer, Gary Lee, camera, Brooke Teves. I'm Evan Massoud. Thanks for tuning in on Fred TV Sports, Channel 9 coverage of high school sports here in Fall River. We'll see you next time.